everyone. Today is February the 16th, 2015. It is Monday, a new day, a brand new week, and a brand new time for us to just start over with ourselves and just refresh. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Renita A. Burgess. I'm an author of 20 books. I've been featured on a few TV news, interviews, radio, and newspapers. I'm a retired stage play actress and pageant girl. I grew up doing pageantry, and pageantry really gave me confidence, and I've done a little bit of modeling. And those are just a few things that I've done in my past that I can look back on and make myself feel happy, and it's saying that I've accomplished those goals. And I believe that we should set goals in ourselves, in our mind, and have for our future as well, and things that we can look back on and make ourselves feel better, and to just see that we can continue to do them again. My life hasn't always been all happy-go-lucky. I grew up in a rundown one-bedroom trailer in the country until I was 16 years old. I lived with my mom and my dad and my sister at that time, and we had one bedroom, and my dad had his own bedroom, and we would sleep in the living room with our beds, and no one suspected that. We had no running water. We had to use water from a outside pump to use to drink water from, to take our baths in the sink with. So it was really, a time where it wasn't like everyone else, and no one really suspected that. We didn't have any heat. We had to use kerosene heaters for the winter times, and we had air conditioners in the windows for the hot summers. And our windows were always patched up with tape, so sometimes lizards would come through the windows, but we really made it through. And we finally moved. My mom finally moved. We moved when I was 16 years old to the city, and I was very happy I had my own bedroom. So it was a really good time for me at that time in my life, because we started over with ourselves and finally got a real house. And I moved to a new school. I met some new friends. I wasn't bullied anymore like I was at the other school, and I did a lot of things. I was very active. I was a happy teenager girl when I was at the new school. I was very happy. After graduation, I wanted to go to the college that I wanted to go to, but my mom and dad wanted me to go where my sister went to. And that's when my life changed at that time. I ended up getting sexually assaulted my freshman year, and it really changed who I was. I became another person. I was no longer that active, happy, adventurous girl. I became frozen, and I lost who I was. I became dead in my mind. And my whole entire life changed, and I just wasn't who I was anymore. And at that time, I just started to lose my confidence. I lost self-esteem. I dropped out of college my junior year. At that time, I just dropped out of college. I lost myself completely. I went into a dark time, and I lost my self-love. So I tried to find self-love in having a boyfriend, and that didn't work out because I was starting to hurt myself. I was cutting my wrist. I was trying to commit suicide, and I just became another person. My mom was worried about me. I was no longer trying to set goals for myself. And then I had a miscarriage at that time. I was 21 years old, and I didn't even start life yet, so I didn't know what I do now. Wish I did, but I went through a lot in my life. And like I said, I had a miscarriage. I self-abused myself by trying to hurt myself. And finally, I was always getting hurt by guys back to back to back, and I was wondering why I'm always getting hurt by different guys all the time. Why are they always hurting me and breaking my heart? Because I was always just giving myself my mind, and I was giving them who I was instead of letting them know what I wanted. And they used that and took advantage of me with that. I didn't have any standards. I didn't have any self-love. I didn't have any self-discipline. So they thought that they can use that against me for them. And then finally in 2012, I just decided that I was tired of getting myself hurt. I was tired of getting disappointed. I was tired of trying to depend on someone. So I went on a self-love journey with myself in 2012. And that was when I finally woke up and I saw a clear view. I did it for a whole entire year. I was on a self-love journey for a whole entire year. I started to find out who I was. I was getting back to who I was before all the drama and all the dark clouds happened in my life. And I wanted to let you know that you may feel like you went through a dark stage in your life, like you've hit a stump in the road and you can't move forward, but you can, but you have to know what you deserve. What is self-love? You ask yourself. Self-love is when you love yourself and know your worth and love yourself to full extent, unconditionally. You give yourself love that no one else can. You love yourself like you love a baby, and you care for yourself. You accept yourself, you accept your flaws, and you work with it, and you keep going better and harder than you were before. So you have to know what self-love is in order to have self-love. You have to know who you are. You have to take some time and define who you are. What do you love about yourself? What have you accomplished? What can you look back on and say, oh, I've done that? What can you feel proud of? What have you went through for you to say, I've been through this and now I'm here today? I'm a survivor. What have you done? Think of those things, and I want you to look back at them, and then you will feel like you've accomplished so much. But in order to have self-love, also, you have to let go of the past. You have to let go of things that have been holding you back. You have to let go of the stress, the struggle, and all those negative thoughts that's been weighing you down. You have to just let it go right now today. So today I want you to let go of what's been holding you back. Let go of what you think about constantly. There's no need to hold on to things in the past, because the past is something that's already dead. Yesterday is something that will never come back to us. So why try to relive it by thinking on it again and trying to let it haunt us forever? Just let it go and let it erase with time. Focus on today, focus on tomorrow and the future, because those are the things that you're going to take. When you look into a car and you see the rear view mirror is always small. What's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you.